it's time for another repeat session, but at least it's going to be a short one because I'm going to skip most of the bullshit. And well, there you go. All the cutscenes are skipped. So let's just get this over with now. Welcome back, everybody. This is the actual finale of Let's Play Mega Man Xtreme 1. This is your host, EMJ406. And well, we've already played through the game twice, so we gotta play through the game a third time. Although, if I remember, I don't think this unlocks anything. I think this is just for personal pride, but, well, I guess you could arguably consider this a bonus episode of the series. Because, well, here's the thing. Extreme mode basically combines everything from the first two together. So, all 8 stages are present. And you can do them all in whatever order you want. Of course, you don't have to do normal and then hard, although the recommended order would be to do the normal stages and then the hard mode stages. But, well, that's really up to you. I'll just say this. The armor parts are found in the normal mode stages. That's one big reason. Gamel and Zane are both present, so you can fight both of them in their respective stages. And, yeah. And all the upgrades from both games can be combined. So now we have 4 E-tanks and an actual full health meter from all the heart tanks we get. And yep, there's no story bullcrap. That's really all the differences, so yeah, that's really all I need to say. Everything's combined together, and really in the best way, where everything is present. The only real difference is, well, endgame as well as, well, we'll replace the armor parts of the hard mode stages. I'll get to that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to time warp to that. But, well, here you go. All 8 stages are there. All normal mode, Chill Penguin, Spark Mandrill, Storm Eagle, Flame Stag. And all of Expert mode, Wheel Gator, Magna Centipede, Armored Armadillo, and Morph Moth. So, all 8 of them are here. Like I said, do normal, and then do hard. It makes things a lot easier that way. So, you know, this is basically what I'm going to show you what it'd be like if you did it through, continuing your normal mode file. Well, it's time warp to the hard mode stuff, because, well, the first half, nothing will change. So let's basically skip the first half of this game altogether. Big time warp, let's go! Alright, well, I have a full armor, but this thing's still here. Enter this capsule, X, I almost said his name, but hey, look what's here now. Install the program, Zero Scramble Dash. This program will allow you to call your best partner, Zero. The range of the attacks is limited, but it can help you a lot if you use it wisely. Be careful about your energy. So yeah, instead of getting more armor parts, you'll get these weapons, referred to as Zero Scramble. Which, the first one I have is Zero Scramble Dash. Oh yeah, and you also have a diagram here to show your, parts. And also you can change your controls here. And go back to your weapons. And just go to the exit menu there. And I have more than 2 sub-tanks, so see? Everything piles on. And just for a preview of something we're going to deal with later, let me show you how all this works battling Armored Armadillo, since we're here anyway. So, went through all the first half, got the armor, got everything from the first half stages, so now it's easy to get everything else, but, well, eat this. So now we have Armored Armadillo's weakness, we can actually make quick work of him. Ah! So now his arm pads are gone, so we can make him a joke now, but, well, yeah. So yeah, there's that. Let me show you how this works. Hang on. So, Zero Scramble Dash. If I use it, he'll do that, which unfortunately does not do a lot to Armored Armadillo. But you know, basically, you get a lot of moves to basically summon Zero to help you in some certain situations. That's mainly all the Zero Scramble programs are for. That's what you get instead of extra armor parts if you continue from normal into hard. So yeah, you get Zero to help you out. Not really useful against bosses, but against normal enemies, they're actually quite useful. Alright, well, let me just show you what every Scramble program does. Let's go to the next pod. Enter this capsule, X. Whoops, I almost forgot to start talking. This is Zero Scramble Final! This will allow you to call a special A-level Hunter Zero. This is the most powerful weapon and will destroy almost any enemy. Keep in mind that this requires a huge amount of energy. Use this on strong enemies that may seem impossible to defeat. Zero Scramble Final, huh? So, in Magna Centipede stage, you get, well, the last one. 4, Final. You use that, costs him a lot, but, well, he basically runs up to an enemy and wrecks their shit. Oh, goddamn you, Scanner. Let's just time up to the next one already. Geronimo! And here we go in Wheelgator's chamber. Enter this capsule, X. It's now the program Zero Scramble Rising. This program will allow you to call your best friend and fellow soldier Zero. His striking power is enormous, but hard to control. Perform this on enemies in the sky. It also works on bosses. Thanks for that. So, our next Zero Scramble part you find in Wheelgator's stage. Let's see if I can find some enemies to do it on. Never mind. Anyway, here's the third one, or the second one, Rising. He'll just come in and wreck right in front of you. So there you go. You got Zero Rising now. Your second one. Why do they want this to be a second one you go after? Alright, let's time up to the last one. Okay, and here's our last one. Enter the capsule, X. Install this program, Zero Scramble Earth Geyser. This program will allow you to call your best friend, Zero. You can damage enemies around you. This requires a lot of energy. Use this only in a desperate situation. Thank you, friggin' light. I guess you somehow know what's going on. Anyway, the last one, which is actually kind of useful too. 03, Earth Geyser. Also costs a good hit, but yeah, Screen Nuke. You have one that takes care of a lot of enemies on the ground. The second one, Rising, take care of enemies above you. The third one is a Screen Nuke. And the fourth one is a boss damager. So yeah, those are all your moves, basically. And well, just keep in mind, you have a meter in regards to how much of each of Zero's moves they can use. So, you know, if you don't have enough to use it, they won't let you use it at all. So only use what you got enough energy for. And there's your heads up. Now, let's more back towards the end of the game, shall we? Because that's where things get interesting again. Alright, well, we're back here before we fight, you know, Gamel or whatever. There's also Zane. Hey, take a guess as to what's going to happen now. That's right, you're battling both of them. So, yeah, Extreme mode, like I say, it combines everything from both modes. So, yep. That includes, well, the Fortress stages of their boss fights. So, you know, well, this is the only one that's, like, having a major difference because, well, in normal, you fought Zane. In hard, you fought Gamel. Now, because you can run into both of them, well, you fight both of them here now. Like I said, this is meant to test your skills. As long as you got all the items in Extreme mode, it's not going to be that bad. But speaking of which, now we have the weakness to Gamel. Because, well, Speed Burner is his weakness. I guess you could say it's because he's made of steel or something. But good to know. Ninjas are weak to fire, apparently. Good to know. See, look at that damage it does. There's an even better effect it has. Which you could probably take a guess as to what it is. It already does a lot of damage, but, well, it actually turns this fight into a joke. So he's on his machine. You can hit him with the freaking Speed Burner to knock him off of it. So you get Spark Mandrill Syndrome the second half of the fight. That alone makes Speed Burner so good against Gamel. So yeah, it gets rid of the hardest part of that fight. Pretty rad if I do say so myself. No, I'll just keep going to the stage. So yeah, basically, I now have all the weapons and all the sub-tanks on me, so I feel complete now. Extreme mode is like the only mode in the game that feels like a actual, like, complete game. It's stupid that you basically have to play both halves to get the complete experience, but I mean, I guess rewarding enough to actually, like, let you feel super powered to be able to play the game at its fullest. Still, I can't help but feel a little gypped. Or gipped, whatever. Oh god, I have to cough. Sorry. Oh. My throat's getting a little rotten right now. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I can at least say that. Well, you know, the fact that the game takes so much from the previous, from X1 and X2, and has like almost nothing new other than Gamel and Zane, really. At least you get a complete game with Extreme mode. Which makes me wonder why they made you have to go through all this crap to begin with. But, well, I guess the way they're designing it, I don't know. Although that kind of harkens into the way the way Mega Man 5, X5 was designed, I guess. Kind of? Because this game came out, like, right as Mega Man 5 was coming out, if I remember correctly. Which, yeah. The way that game handled it, basically wanted to treat each part of the game like a half. You can still do all the 8 bosses whenever you wanted, but, well, they wanted you to deal with a particular 4 first in X8, in X5 I mean, which I felt was kind of dumb. We can get to that when I eventually get to X Legacy Collection 2 in a year or two. But yeah, basically this game tries to take that concept. The only reason I wanted to keep going right now, by the way, was that... Oh, you motherfucker! You and your spiders! Check it out. You know how there's one weakness in one mode, one weakness in the other? In case you think they prioritize a weakness... Oh my god! Nope. You can use both! So, yep. If bosses have 2 weaknesses, like Boss Spider and Circus, you can use both weapons as their weakness. So that's pretty cool. They don't make it so, like, only one works like the primary weapon that normally hurt them. They actually made it so both weapons can work normally, like their weakness. At least that was nice that they did that. And then again, only 2 bosses get affected that way. Boss Spider and Circus, because both of them had a weakness in each mode. Where both Sigma forms only have 1 weakness, so that won't change anything. All the Mavericks only have 1 weakness. Don't think there's 2, although there is something weird about a couple of them. Mainly 1. And yeah, that's about it. So yep, after this we'll skip our way to the end of the game. So there we go! We beat Evil and Zane. The rest of it's pretty much going to be standard fare till close to the end. But let's time warp our way to the end. Fuck! Hey, don't swear! Alright then. It's time for us to take care of Sigma again. In case you're wondering, there's a reason why I'm showing this stage in its entirety. You could probably guess what it is. Because, well... Just think of it this way. In normal and hard mode each, we fought 4 of the bosses. And, well, Extreme mode decides to throw all 8 together. This makes you wonder, well, I fought only 4 of the rematches, are they gonna pick 4? Nope, they pick all of them. That's right, you gotta rematch all the bosses. So let's go over them all, and their weaknesses, shall we? I mean, why not? May as well show off all the weaknesses to the bosses. So remember, Silk Shot from Magnet Centipede. Use Spark Mandrill Syndrome him if you time it right. Ah, damn it. Maybe not. You get pretty close to Spark Mandrill Syndroming him. And also, I have 3 full sub-tanks. You guys have a very tough time taking me down at this point. It says it arcs up at an angle, too. Like, I always do appreciate the fact that usually a boss has a weakness. The weapon that's a weakness, it's also easy to hit them with. Okay, now I have 3 full of the, yeah. Of the, bleh. Sorry. I now have 3 full sub-tanks. Why was sub-tank such a hard word for me to come up with there? Am I an idiot? Probably. Oh, come on. That's right, Will Gator. Just sit there and take it like a bitch. Alright, by the way, one little difference in Extreme mode of the bosses. You know how normally halfway through the fights they change their strategies? In Extreme mode, I don't think, for some of them, it doesn't matter. Either they'll go to those second half of the fight strategies sooner, or they're always there. So, you stupid, Yeah, Cameron wants to get grabbed by Wheelgator, by the way. He can damage you if you don't shake out in time, but if you shake out in time, that grab basically means nothing. So, just don't let him hold you in the grab, and you're fine. Again, Wheelgator is pretty easy. That's why I usually recommend him first in Mega Man X2. Not to mention the, you know, if you're able to get the arm upgrade early, which can be very beneficial if you can. Morph Moth! Here's the funny thing. His weakness is Rolling Shield, which, yeah. And yet, his weakness from the previous game doesn't do as much damage, but still sets him on fire. Yeah, Rolling Shield does more damage, but you still get the burn effect from the Speed Burner. That's a really weird choice. And, well, in case you think it helps out with the second form, nope. This is the only boss in this game that has a secondary weakness because of, you know, the circumstance of having a weakness to make up for Speedburner being the actual weakness to Chill Penguin. They still let the Speedburner burning him take effect. So, you know, while it's not exactly a full weakness in this game like X2, It's nice that it still somewhat works. And, well, you know, it's nice they at least didn't get rid of that altogether. You guys saw this when I fought Armored Armadillo, but I'm going to show it again anyway. Okay, come on, man. Come on. There we go. I should have just rapidly shot him. That would have made things a lot easier. But yeah, freaking Armored Armadillo is so much easier with this weapon. Like, oh. He really is one of the hardest Mavericks in the games. If you don't use the weapons, like, some boss can be hard whether you use the special weapons or not. A lot of them tend to, you know, usually be piss easy with their weakness. And some, it doesn't matter. There are a couple bosses that's easier to beat them with the Buster. That's more with one game, but, well, there's reasons for that. But yep, you don't have any overlapping weaknesses, so don't worry. Flame Stag's normally weak to Splash Bubbles, which isn't in this game, so no need to really worry about that. So, Storm Tornado all the way. Flame Mammoth doesn't get to put up with this now. Instead, it's frickin' Flame Stag. Oddly enough, it still works on the Fire Maverick. Ow! But you know, at least they thought about it, so there are similarities to the weaknesses, but they don't always, you know, work the same way. I was about to say, you could probably Spark Mandrill Syndrome Flame Stag, but sometimes he moves too fast for you to get that second shot on him. And if he gets too close to you and starts jumping, you're going to have trouble trying to pin him down. But yeah, look at this now. Look at this. I have 3.5 full E-tanks. I am set. Oh yeah, we can probably show off the weakness to Storm Eagle. Not that it really does anything. Yeah, Storm Eagle never had a reaction to weakness anyway, so Spin Wheel. Use that on him, it'll just stick on him and damage him for a while. It's good to use on him in case you keep getting blown back or something. How you like that, huh? Charge move actually works pretty well on him too, which is nice. He does pretty good damage at charge move. Ooh. You know, Spin Wheel does actually make sense though. Since he keeps blowing you back and Spin Wheel will stay on screen, as long as you keep it on screen. It actually makes sense that you could grind him up. If he keeps trying to blow you back and he just has that wheel on top of him. Like I said, at least they make sense. May not be right compared to the regular series, but goddammit, they found a way to make some of this work. And I appreciate the effort to try to blend them well like that. They kind of did that in the classic Mega Man games on Game Boy, but not as well, if you ask me. Do I think... Oh, that is something else I can mention, I guess. Do I think the Xtreme games are as good as the Game Boy Mega Man games? For the first 3, yes. For 4 and 5... Xtreme 1, no. Xtreme 1's like the quality of Mega Man 3 on Game Boy. For a classic, I mean. Xtreme 2, however, is like a little bit under 4 and 5. And Mega Man 4 and 5 on Game Boy were really good. Mega Man 4 on Game Boy really perfected the classic Mega Man ideas that they kept blending from the NES entries. And 5 was its own original adventure, which capitalized on what 4 did. And well, oh. Either way, those 2 are the best handheld Mega Man games. So, you know. I know some of you might like Powered Up, the PSP remake of the original Mega Man 1, but I'm sorry. 5, for its original plot and enemies overall, gets it. It takes the overall best handheld Mega Man game. Powered Up's a remake anyway, so it loses points on that, unfortunately. As good as some remakes can be. But, well, I also added 2... I believe Powered Up also added 2 more Robot Masters to make it 8. I forget who they are. I think one was Oil Man. I forget the last one is. But yeah. I know Powered Up added 2 more Robot Masters. Which, you know, it's nice you at least try to round up the first game's Robot Masters to 8. Even if it was just for a remake that not too many people got to play. Then again, I guess because of, you know, the original crossplay that Sony used to have with PSP and PS3 and Vita. It might have been available on PS3. I don't know. And I imagine it was available on the Vita when people actually cared about it. It was funny. You know what? Nope, never mind. Not going to say anything. That's PS4 to Vita, which is kind of where I hated Sony for their, non-customer favorable practices. I hated the way they treated their customers like garbage. I'm not going to talk about that now. I talked about that enough in Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2 as it is. Because I'm an asshole. And, well, I had some fans point that out to me that I've been an asshole. Which I can admit, I have gone overboard a couple times with my hatred of Sony. I just don't like their, how they treat their customers, that's all. Not to say, then again, I don't think I've really liked Sony since after PS2. PS1 and PS2, Sony was great. But PS3 and beyond, I don't think they've been quite as good. Games front PS3, great. But service, come on. Their initial launch price for the PS3, $700. Like, yikes. Then again, right now I see basically Sony and Microsoft as basically carbon copies right now, so. Them and their PC machines. At least Nintendo went with the route of trying to blend console and handheld together. And that alone, as lacking in power as it is, it's the accessibility and portability factor that make the Switch, well, the best console to me so far this gen. Again, if you care about graphical power that much, you could get a PC for that anyway. Yeah, talk exclusives all you want. At the end of the day, they're basically just streamlined PCs, PS5 and Xbox Series X. So, whatever. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. I've gone on long enough. What's in Xtreme mode? What's a throw? I take care of Wolf Sigma. By the way, Wolf Sigma's actually harder now. May catch you off guard, but look at this. He added another attack to his arsenal. So yeah, they actually made Wolf Sigma a little more difficult in Extreme mode. The only real major difference in Extreme compared to the other two. But that's a very hard to dodge attack. And while the hands are a little more aggressive. So yeah, there's at least one battle in this that actually is a step above everything else. It's still not quite the difficulty of the Wolf Sigma fight from X1, but hey, at least they made it challenging this time. That's the biggest difference in Extreme. Wolf Sigma has an attack that is freaking deadly. Nobody else gets another dick-over attack like that. Only Wolf Sigma. And that's it. That's the end. Extreme mode is really just go through the fullest of the game. That's why I went through hard mode on its own. Because Extreme is basically that again. If you continued on from normal. So there you go. Oh yeah, I never mentioned. If you use Zero Final on a boss, it would knock out like a quarter of their health. So if you had a boss you wanted to use Zero Final on, got up to them, use Zero Final, wrecked them with it, knock out a quarter of their health. Pretty good for knocking out a big chunk of their health. So, yeah, that was the only real major use I had for them. The others were just screen nukes to get rid of basic enemies who do 1 damage to a boss. But Zero Final is a real damaging one that is a good boss weakener. It weakens bosses, is what I meant to say. But either way, while Extreme mode is fulfilling, unfortunately the build-up to get to it by playing through each half of the game and go through the end game twice is stupid. That being said, the core game here is fine. It's a lot of what X1 and X2 were, which, works. Despite being on limited hardware, what they managed to do with this is actually pretty impressive. I'm not gonna discredit the games, it's more the way the whole setup of getting everything unlocked is annoying. The game of strategy to go through each half of the game separately on their own, and then a combined experience which gave you even more to make you feel super powered. Unfortunately, you had to beat both halves of the game to unlock the ability to do all that. Stupid, if you ask me. Then again, they had everything available at the start. That would really kill this game's replay value. And at least, it's not like repeating the plot of X1 or X2. It's its own unique plot, as dumb as it is. Here's the one thing you get at the end of Xtreme 1 for beating extreme difficulty.
Wahahaha! Your efforts are futile. I will never be defeated. I will never die. As long as Mavericks exist, as long as evil exists in the minds of humans, I'll come back again and again. X0, I'll pursue you to the end of the world. Wahahaha! Farewell. For now, wahaha!
I get it. We'll see you again, Sigma. And yeah, there you go. You can just start it over again. You get a message of Sigma coming back. That is all you get for beating Xtreme. You know that's not a surprise, right? If Sigma was actually dead, that would be a surprise, but it's not. Oh. It's just dumb, man. It's just dumb. But yeah, the plot stinks, and the limited controls can make playing the game feel a little weird. That being said, what's in here is actually pretty fun once you get to Xtreme. But, like I said, I won't dismiss the game, but if you play the console ones, you're not really missing out on much. It's a nice alternative, though. And really, the only things to come for are Zane and Geemel. That's it. That is it. And Zane is pathetic, and Geemel, except for his second phase, is pathetic. But if you use Speedburner, he's pathetic too. Like, in regards to new content, there was like nothing. So basically, I'd say it like that. If you haven't played the Mega Man X games, this is actually not a bad idea. If you played X1 and X2, this feels like a waste of time. But it's still a fine game. And that's really all I can say about it. For converting a Super Nintendo game to a Game Boy game, pretty good effort. I'll give them that. Grammar's a little all over the place, but again, with later X games, that's usually a problem. Then again, this came out around the time X5 was coming out, which was, oof. I can go over that another time. But there we go. That's the end of Mega Man Xtreme. And, well, we're going to be going on to Mega Man Xtreme 2 next time. And, well, just to show you, nothing else has showed up in the menu here. And, yep, that's all there is to it. It's weird that the Wolf Sigma music is the music for Sigma Virus from Mega Man X2. That's the wrong one! Then again, I guess the music for that was a little better than the one for Wolf Sigma and Mega Man X1, so I can see why they went with that instead. I thought that was weird. But yeah, it's basically an easier version, in my opinion, of Mega Man X1 and X2. Or maybe at least X2. X1 might be a little harder than that. Still, it's fun. So, come back next time. We're going to go to Mega Man Xtreme 2, which I will promise is coming. And it's actually better than Xtreme 1. Like, there's actually original content and decent ones at that for the next game. So, hope to see you guys then. Take care.